The safest financial move you can make today might be the one that quietly destroys your future, and nobody's talking about it. Look, I get it. When everything feels uncertain, rent's climbing, groceries cost more every month, and your paycheck doesn't stretch like it used to, playing it safe with money makes sense. You don't want to risk what little you have. But here's the thing. What we've been told is safe for decades is changing fast. And if you're sticking with old safety rules while the game's shifting underneath you, you're not protecting yourself. You're setting yourself up to fall behind. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly why the traditional safe money moves, the ones your parents swore by, are starting to work against regular people. And more importantly, you'll know what to watch for in your own financial decisions so you don't get caught off guard. Right now, with inflation still eating into wages and economic uncertainty becoming the norm, this isn't just theory, it's happening in real time. And the people getting hurt worst are the ones doing everything right. So what am I talking about when I say safe choices are becoming risky? Let's start with the big one, keeping all your savings in cash. For years, this was the gold standard of safety. Money in a savings account, FDIC insured, can't lose it. Your parents probably told you the same thing. Save your money, keep it liquid, don't take chances. And yet, technically, your money's still there, the number doesn't go down, but here's what most people miss. When inflation's running at 3, 4, even 5%, and your savings account's paying you 0.5% interest, you're losing money, not on paper, in real buying power. That emergency fund you've been building for 2 years, it buys less today than it did when you started. You did the safe thing, you followed the rules, and you got quietly poorer for it. Let me clarify something important here. I'm not saying don't have an emergency fund. You absolutely need one. But the old advice of keeping 6 months, a year, sometimes more, just sitting in a regular savings account, that's where the risk creeps in. Because inflation doesn't care how safe you're trying to be. Now let's talk about the other classic safe move, avoiding the stock market entirely. Again, I get why people do this. The market feels risky. It goes up and down. You hear stories about people losing everything in crashes. So you stay out. You keep your money where you can see it, where it feels protected. But here's the real problem with that strategy. Over time, you're guaranteed to lose purchasing power. It's not a gamble, it's a certainty. Because here's what happens. Let's say you're 25, working a service job, trying to save for the future. You've got $2,000 saved up. You're proud of it. You should be. And you decide the safest thing is to just let it sit. Fast forward 10 years. You've still got that $2,000. But rent that cost you $1,200 back then, now it's $1,800. Groceries that were $60 a week, now they're $90. Your $2,000 didn't disappear, but what it can do for you absolutely did. Meanwhile, if you'd put even some of that money into something that at least tries to keep pace with inflation, a retirement account, a low-cost index fund, anything with some growth potential, you'd have a real shot at your money maintaining its value, maybe even growing. And I know what you're thinking, but what about market crashes? What if I lose it all? Here's the truth. If you're young and you're investing for the long term, we're talking decades, not months, market crashes are actually opportunities. They're temporary. But inflation? That's permanent. Every single year, it's eating away at cash that's just sitting there. But here's what most people miss when we talk about this stuff. The real risk isn't just inflation. It's that the safety net itself is changing. Think about pensions. Our grandparents had them. They worked for a company for 30 years, retired, and got a check every month for life. That was safe. That was guaranteed. Now, most people are on their own. You've got a 401k if you're lucky, maybe an IRA, and the responsibility to figure out how much to save, where to put it, how to invest it. All of that's on you. The safe option of just showing up to work and letting your employer handle your future, it doesn't exist anymore. Or take Social Security. It's still there, it's not going away, but the benefits aren't keeping up with the actual cost of living for most retirees. And if you're in your 20s or 30s right now, betting that Social Security alone will be enough to live on when you're 70, that's not a safe bet. That's a gamble. Same thing with job security. There used to be a playbook. Get a stable job, work your way up, retire with a gold watch. That felt safe. Now, companies downsize, industries change overnight. Gig work and contract jobs are everywhere. And if your only plan is to rely on one employer for decades, you're not playing it safe. You're ignoring the reality of how the economy works now. The real problem starts when you realize this. The rules that made something safe 20 or 30 years ago were built for a different economy. Lower inflation, stronger pensions, cheaper housing, more predictable wages. None of that's true anymore, but we're still using the same playbook, and it's not working. So what does this actually mean for you? It means you've got to rethink what safety looks like. Real safety isn't about avoiding all risk. It's about understanding where the real risks are hiding, and a lot of them are hiding in the things that feel the safest. Keeping all your money in cash? Risky. Avoiding investing entirely because it feels scary? Risky. Assuming your job or Social Security will handle your future? Risky. None of this means you should go out and do something reckless. You don't need to dump your savings into crypto or start day trading or take wild chances. But you do need to be realistic. You need to understand that doing nothing, letting your money sit, avoiding growth, sticking with what feels comfortable, that has a cost. And over time, that cost compounds. Here's the bottom line. The safest move you can make isn't the one that feels the most comfortable. It's the one that actually protects your future. And right now, that means being willing to challenge the old assumptions about what safety even means. It means keeping an emergency fund, yeah, but not letting all your money rot in a low-interest account. It means learning enough about investing to at least give yourself a chance at building real wealth over time. It means understanding that the economy's changed and you've got to change with it. You don't have to become a finance expert. You don't have to take huge risks, but you do have to stop assuming that the safe choices of the past are still safe today, because for a lot of people, they're not. Real security doesn't come from avoiding risk. It comes from knowing which risks are actually worth worrying about and which ones you've been taught to fear for no good reason. If this helped you see money differently, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more honest breakdowns like this, and drop a comment. Let me know what safe money move you're rethinking after watching this. I'll see you in the next one.